5, stopped miles from a storage unit.
Okay, so just a simple little sketch in Arduino using the Si5351a as a local oscillator. It's set at 100 megahertz. Really low drive, well, fairly low drive. I think it's about 7 dBm, but then I'm padding that a bit also before it goes in the mixer.
92.
So this is the local EMS. I'm using Hermes, Apache Labs Hermes SDR. This is HD SDR, or I'm sorry, Power SDR, Open HP SDR. So it's 100 megahertz on the LO, and that brings me up with the IF set to 54.785 to 154.785 using FM, and it works fine. I've been searching for decent signals, and this one isn't that active, but it does show that it works well. Band's pretty quiet except for the repeater. It's about 20 miles away from here, and my antenna is outside. I'm using coax that's about 20 feet long to a little disc cone antenna that's about 8 feet off the ground. On the antenna input, I also have a band, an FM broadcast band notch filter, and it notches, I think it's about 85 megahertz to 111 megahertz, something to that effect. I'm not really sure, but it notches really well. I forget the specs on it, but I can post that on the video info. So I really wanted to see if I could see some beacons, but unfortunately there are no beacons in Missouri that I can hear, so that kind of sucks. That would have been kind of cool on various VHF, UHF bands. Anyway, the sketch is really simple. You can see it's just a few lines of code, and the setup, the hardware setup is very simple also. I'll show that in a second. Yeah, so this is the Arduino here. This is the Si5351a. This is a mixer. This is a high pass filter at 100 megahertz. Goes to an antenna outside. The IF runs up to the HDS, or the Apache Labs Hermes board, and that's pretty much it. It's a small little down converter, converting to 100 megahertz down from the input. This is the hold on. This is the notch filter.
US Highway 67 and Highway K. US Highway 67 and Highway K southbound 67. Reported as a red Corvette traveling high rate of speed. Red Corvette, high rate of speed from 67 Highway K. The second, Old Bonterre Road in the area of Hawthorne. Old Bonterre Road in the area of Hawthorne. Described as a white Pontiac Grand Prix. White Pontiac Grand Prix with Illinois license. Occupied several times.
It's about 45.
CNI, high rate of speed 1314. Yeah, 10-4.
45 over S9. It's pretty strong. And that's it for the demo.